It is a very good afternoon. Hope you are all well. The viewers of Science TV and our beloved viewer, welcome to our show. This is the Sports City show whereby I, Felix Makona, I will be a one-man army together with our sign language interpreter, Irene Chebiwot, to bring you the latest concerning the beautiful game of sports that is ranging from football, local football, up to the international football in detail. Welcome. Follow our channels, that is Science TV Kenya, that's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Science TV Kenya. Welcome, and today we're gonna be looking at the home league, that is the FKF SportPesa League. We also look at the SportPesa or the FKF Cup that is playing this weekend. Now, knowing that the FKF SportPesa Premier League has been postponed this weekend to allow the games that are in the FKF, that is FKF Cup, to play this weekend. And also we're gonna be looking at the Carabao Cup that happened in England, that is in the midweek. Of course, this weekend we also have the English Premier League. I'm gonna be predicting for you. And also, don't forget to send in your views and how you feel the game's gonna be. That is your predictions concerning games in the FKF Cup and also in the English Premier League. Not forgetting, we're gonna be looking at the other leagues, that the Italian Serie A, French Ligue 1, Spanish La Liga, and also the Germany Bundesliga. If time allows us, we'll also look at the Netherlands Eredivisie, whereby we have a lot of games playing this weekend. We start by sad news that this weekend, early on Tuesday, there were news that it was announced that one FKF SportPesa Premier League player playing for KCB, that is Silas Shimehi Abungana, was allegedly assaulted by a close relative, a brother to be specific, and he was killed. He was stabbed on the head, and after he was taken to the hospital, he was confirmed dead on Wednesday, and the news came out. And it is so sad to have lost a player that recently featured in the game against Marashuga, where KCB Kakamega Homeboys drew 3-3 against Marashuga. We will be watching the clip later, but before that, let me give you the career Silas Abungana had. So Abungana began his career playing for Shabana. Shabana is currently playing in the top flight, that is the FKF Premier League. He played for Shabana when they were still in the National Super League. Before they were promoted to the FKF SportPesa League, he was playing for them. And the club is now competing in the Kenya Football League system, that is the FKF SportPesa. Also, he played an important role in Shabana's successful push for promotion. So he is among the players who made Shabana to be promoted to the Premier League, and also notably helping them in the National Super League, whereby they were now promoted to the SportPesa Premier League. So after that, he moved to Gucha FC. Gucha FC is still playing in the National Super League, and after joining there, another Kenyan club, that is Gucha FC, that's playing the NSL, where he continued to develop his defensive game and gained attention for his performance. Remember, he's a good defender. And after that, Kakamega Homeboys last year, it was in the month of around August, July there, where he was signed at Kakamega Homeboys because he had shown his prowess at Gucha FC, and now Kakamega Homeboys came in and signed the player. And after signing the player now played in the top flight FKF SportPesa League up to now, whereby the last game we played was Kakamega Homeboys versus Marashuga, whereby it was a 3-3 draw. The player wore jersey number 31, and he featured regularly for KCB. I remember he has started many of the games as a main defender together with other defenders, but he has proved that he can play very well in the FKS SportPesa Premier League. Now, the incidence of his death happened on Tuesday, whereby on Tuesday, that was February 3rd this year, Silas was involved in a severe domestic dispute at his home in Shinyalu. Shinyalu is in Kakamega County, for those who may wonder where Shinyalu is. So Shinyalu is a town in Kakamega County. So that's where he lived together with his family. So he was involved in a family dispute together with his brother, whereby they fought that night, and he was taken to the hospital. That is the Kakamega County Referral Hospital. And then after that dispute involving his brother, that is who is, according to the news that I'm receiving right now, he has been arrested. The brother to him has been arrested, who allegedly caused his death, has been arrested after that night. What he did to Abungana, according to the parents, what they said, he hit his head with, let's say, a blunt object. And after that, he was taken to Kakamega General Hospital, whereby after being rushed there, he was pronounced dead on Wednesday morning. He passed away just before midnight on Wednesday, February. So we can say it was still Tuesday, but according to my sources, it was on Wednesday, and that is February 4th. So Kakamega Homeboyz, the club has already confirmed his death, and the family are planning for his burial. So that is one of the sad news we are having in the SportPesa Premier League, and we as sports journalists, we are devastated to hear that a player has lost his life in such kind of a way. So the police are now investigating following his death, and also his brother has been arrested some hours ago, and now we are waiting for the legal systems to take their path. And also clubs across the FKF Premier League have sent in their condolences, including Mathare United have sent in their condolences, AFC Leopards have sent in their condolences, Gor Mahia have sent in their condolences, and also Nairobi United have publicly expressed their condolences to the family and the friends, and also the club, Kakamega Homeboyz, where he played his football till his death. So we are waiting for the legal systems to act on the case, and we will be updating you on what will happen after that. So let's watch the last moments, or the last time he was seen on camera, that is playing in the SportPesa Premier League, whereby Kakamega Homeboyz at home drew 3-3 with Mara Sugar. The update is that Denmark Muchiti, who is now the younger brother to him, as reported by Kevin Teya, is that he has been arrested, and he is the main suspect in the murder. And police have confirmed that Muchiti, who is the younger brother of the deceased, had run away or had fled the scene following the incident, but he has now been taken into custody, and investigation into the death of the former Kakamega Homeboyz player are now ongoing. Now, today we have the Mozartbet Cup round of 64 fixtures, whereby at 1 p.m. We have already the games that have started playing already, and now we are waiting for the ones that will be playing at 3 p.m. Maybe I will rush there to watch some of these games because there's games at Nyayo, there's games at Kasarani, Mbaraki Stadium, and others. So we will be I will be updating you, giving you the fixtures that the games in the Mozartbet Cup round of 64 fixtures. Today, Saturday, 7th February 2026, at 1 p.m., Amani Youths have already started playing Kakamega Homeboyz, and I'm waiting for the result to be in. Our reporters are on the ground. Bill is on the ground, same as Elvis. Okay, Amani Youth versus Kakamega Homeboys at Mamboleo Stadium. The game is already playing there in Kisumu. Then we have Kahawa Pride versus Murang'a Seal at Police Sacco grounds. The game is already playing. I'm waiting for the result from the two. And Camel Park Rangers versus Ulinzi Stars at Gusii Stadium in Kisii. The game is already started at 1 p.m. and now it is in the second half. Then at 3 p.m., just minutes from now, we will have Rafa United playing versus Zetech University at Nyumbasita grounds in Kwale. Of course, Dynamo will be playing Kibra Black Stars at Mkapa Stadium in Kitui. Also at 3 p.m., Limuru will be playing 3K FC at Murigiti Primary School in Limuru. Of course, Naivasha Saifa versus Mfalme will be playing at Longonot Horticulture grounds in Naivasha. Of course, Chemogoch versus Posta Rangers will be playing at Afra Stadium in Nakuru. Zoo United versus Bondeni will be playing at Green Stadium in Kericho. Then Denmark versus Magadi All Stars will be playing at Kombani grounds in Ukunda. Of course, Dero versus Gor Mahia will be playing at Mamboleo Stadium in Kisumu at 3:30. Then Embakasi United versus Kenya Police will be playing at Police Sacco grounds here in Nairobi. Of course, tomorrow, maybe Sunday 8th, we will have Githurai All Stars playing against Bandari, and it will be at Ulinzi Sports Complex, Nairobi. So let's not dwell into the tomorrow's game, but let's just stick to the games today, whereby I predict the teams that are playing at the topmost level, that is Kakamega Homeboys, Murang'a Seal, Ulinzi Stars, then Kibera Black Stars, 3K FC, and then Kariobangi Sharks, not forgetting Naivasha, Sifa, then Posta Rangers, and then Bondeni, and then the likes of Magadi All Stars, Gor Mahia, among others like Kenya Police. We expect the teams that are playing in the top flight are going to win. But now this is another competition whereby we have tough games playing, and as I know, every competition has that the one that comes as underdogs, or the one that comes fighting for it, they usually eliminate the big ones. So that is it in the FKF Premier League. And now I hope I take 2 minutes break. When I come back, we will be looking at the games that are played in Europe. We'll start by the Carabao Cup. That is where Arsenal beat Chelsea 1-0. They had conceded from Arsenal in a 3-2 earlier in the first leg, but it was it didn't go well for them, because in the last minutes, Kai Havertz struck, and now Arsenal won 1-0 again, and they brought the aggregate to 4-2 in favor of Arsenal. So let's watch the highlights whereby Arsenal beat Chelsea 1-0 in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. Arsenal scored in the last minute through Kai Havertz, a former Chelsea player who joined Arsenal some times ago, and he has scored the winning goal in the second leg of the Carabao Cup. That is the semi-final, and now he has eliminated Chelsea. So that's how your friend can betray you. And now on the other game, Newcastle failed to overturn the deficit of 2-0, whereby they were beaten 2-0 by Manchester City in the first leg of the Carabao Cup, and they failed to overturn it, and now instead Manchester City beat them 3-1 and qualified to the final of the Carabao Cup, and it was played on Wednesday, whereby Manchester City won 3-1 against Newcastle. So that means Arsenal will now be facing Manchester City at the Wembley Stadium in England. That is on 22nd next month. That is the month of March, whereby Arsenal will be looking to win the game against Manchester City. Remember, it is Mikel Arteta, the teacher, the the student of Pep Guardiola will be facing in that battle at the that is Wembley Stadium in London. So let's watch the highlights whereby Manchester City demolished Newcastle 3-1 at their own stadium. That is the stadium of Manchester City. That is Etihad Stadium. Now switch to the English Premier League, whereby this is match week 25, and yesterday we had a game whereby Leeds United managed to beat Nottingham Forest 3-1. That is courtesy of Bogle and not forgetting Okafor, Noah Okafor, and also Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who just joined them, and also on the other side, Luka scored one for Nottingham Forest in the 86th minute. So if you look at the standings, Leeds United are looking sharp, and they are looking to escape relegation, because after that 3-1 win yesterday, they are having 29 points, just 3 points away from Nottingham Forest, who have 26 points. And Leeds United is in number 16, while Nottingham Forest is in number 17. So if Leeds United continue to win their games, they are going maybe to escape relegation. While those who are already relegation threatened is West Ham United, who have 20 points in the 18th position. Number 19 is Burnley, who have 15 points, while Wolverhampton have only 8 points this season, meaning Wolverhampton are looking more likely to be relegated than Burnley and West Ham. But also Burnley, if their results continue to deteriorate in the next 5 games, they could be relegated automatically. So let's watch the highlights as we continue with the games today. Remember, Manchester United versus Tottenham is an early kickoff, and it is only 30 minutes to kick off. So I'll be giving you the lineups and also the prediction. United versus Nottingham Forest. This evening, that is 28 minutes from now, we will be having Manchester United facing off Tottenham. That is in the English Premier League, whereby Tottenham is 14th on the table with 29 points, while Manchester United is 4th position on the table with 41 points. Different of, let's say, 41 minus 29 is like 12 points. Difference of 12 points separating the two sides. And also, when you look at the lineups, because the confirmed lineups have already are already up, and Sané Lamens is starting for Manchester United in the goal, while Diogo Dalot is on the right back. On the center back, we have Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez, and on the left back, we have Luke Shaw. In the midfield, we have Casemiro, we have Kobe Mainoo, then we also have Bruno Fernandes as an attacking midfielder. On the wing, we have Amad Diallo and Matheus Cunha. Then on the striking, we have Bryan Mbeumo. They are using a lineup of 4-2-3-1, and also on the side of Tottenham, we have Vicario in the goalkeeping position. We have Joao Palhinha on the right back, and then Romero on the center back, Van Dieven on the left back. And then in the midfield, we have Gray, Conor Gallagher, Malang Sarr, Udogie. And then on the wings, we have Odegaard and Simons. On the striking, we have Dominic Solanke. Tottenham is using a lineup of 3-4-2-1, and when you look at the two sides, Manchester United are looking to be the stronger side, and my prediction is that having given you the lineup, and even Manchester United are looking more scary under Michael Carrick, so I'll go with Manchester United. Manchester United, my prediction is Manchester United can win here by margin of 3-1. So I go with Manchester United win, but I know Chelsea fans will love to see Tottenham win, because the two sides, Chelsea and Manchester United, are yearning for top 4. So this is a matter of self-interest if I go with that. So my prediction is Manchester United win 3-1. That's my prediction. And also you can give in your information, that's your feedback. How do you see the game panning out? Will it be Manchester United winning or Tottenham winning, or does it look like a draw? Remember to send in your feedback. That is Facebook, Science TV Kenya, also Twitter, TikTok, and also other platforms at Science TV Kenya. We'll be reading your feedback and telling you how we think it's gonna be. Then later on, we will have Arsenal playing Sunderland. That will be 6 p.m. Wolverhampton will be facing Chelsea. Bournemouth will be facing Aston Villa. Fulham will be facing Everton. That is at 6 p.m. Then the last game at 6 p.m. will be Burnley versus West Ham. Another big game tonight will have Newcastle United versus Brentford. Those are the games that we'll be playing today. Then tomorrow we'll have Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Then the big game of the weekend will be Liverpool versus Manchester City. This is where Arsenal fans will be playing that Liverpool beat Manchester City, because after they beat them and Arsenal win tonight, the gap between the Manchester City side and Arsenal will be 9 points. And that will be closer to lifting the English Premier League title for the Arsenal team. So it is their prayer, but according to my prediction is that Liverpool will beat Manchester City 2-0. And also, let's predict the games today. Arsenal versus Sunderland. Arsenal will win 2-1 against Sunderland. Wolverhampton versus Chelsea. Chelsea will beat them 3-1. Then Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. That is a big game, but I hope Aston Villa are going to win this game, because the last game they lost to Brentford. Then Fulham versus Everton, that is another big game, but I look at Fulham winning 2-1. Then Burnley versus West Ham, that one I predict West Ham is going to win. Newcastle versus Brentford, it is a game that is looking like a draw of 2-2. So that's my prediction in the English Premier League. Maybe as a fan, what is your prediction? Send us your feedback. That is Science TV Kenya, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Science TV Kenya. So yesterday we had some games playing in the Bundesliga, that is the German Bundesliga, whereby the likes of Union Berlin and Eintracht Frankfurt, it was a 1-1 draw. That one we will be viewing just the highlights. Then also in the Spanish La Liga, we had Celta Vigo being beaten 2-1 at home by Osasuna. So that brings us to the end of the Sports City Show action. I've been Felix Makona, and our sign language interpreter has been Irene Chebiwot. Super thanks to our producer, that is George Odongo. That brings us to the end. Continue watching Science TV, and let's just watch the highlights, whereby we have Celta Vigo versus Osasuna, and then that one of Eintracht Frankfurt. That has been all for today. Thank you for tuning in on the Sports City Show, your home of sports analysis.